Coming up, funeral services and a procession for fallen Doña County Sheriff's Office Deputy Antonio Aleman took place this morning. If you'll remember, Aleman died in the line of duty earlier this month on a crash on I-10 in Las Cruces. We'll bring you the latest. Plus, El Paso Water gives us a tour of the West El Paso Dam. We're going to discuss the progress the utility is making to help improve our safety. And it looks like our friends in Ruidoso got another round of flash flooding. Will we get to see that moisture make it to El Paso? Robert.
Brief heavy rain is likely for El Paso this evening, and we could see a repeat of these thunder showers on Friday before a very hot weekend. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We're live on KTSM Plus, and your news starts right now.
You're watching KTSM 9 News First at 4. Starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on KTSM Plus, your new digital newscast. I'm Monica Cortez. Now we're going to begin this newscast with the funeral services and a procession for fallen Doña County Sheriff's Office Deputy Antonio Aleman. They were held earlier today, and it's a story we've been following closely here on KTSM.com. Aleman died in the line of duty July 8th following a crash on Interstate 10 in Las Cruces. A police-led procession from Funeraria de Angel Hillcrest West Funeral Home took place this morning, and it was followed by a funeral mass at the St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. That's following the church service. Aleman was then escorted by DACSO and other local law enforcement to his final resting place at Memorial Pines Cemetery. Of course, our hearts are with his friends and family. Turning over to the latest on the Fort Bliss soldier who is accused of killing his estranged wife back in 2020. So yesterday, he was back in El Paso courtroom, and as we've been telling you, Linwood James Smith is charged with the homicide of 21-year-old Kerika Robinson. Yesterday, several witnesses were called to the stand to testify, including a retired El Paso police officer who was one of the first to identify and photograph the body of Kerika Robertson. Over 150 photos showed Smith and Robertson's apartment were submitted into evidence. Robinson had been missing for a week before police found her body. An autopsy revealed that the manner of death was homicide caused by a single gunshot wound to the head. Smith's legal team argues it was all done in self-defense and a result of a domestic argument. Now, of course, the trial resumes today, and the jury has been advised that proceedings could run well into next week. And the new school year is right around the corner, and a parent-led education advocacy group in South Central El Paso is raising concerns about how packed schools could be. This with the recent reopening of Salazar housing. Parents with Familias Unidas, a parent-led education advocacy group, say up to 800 children could be moving into the area. And after the permanent closure of Zavala Elementary, the group is concerned that schools like Douglas Guillen and Bowie may not be equipped to meet that demand. To read more on all of our top stories, just simply head on over to KTSM.com. All right, let's go ahead and take you outside. Now we're going to talk a little bit about weather. So this is what it looks like. There we go. Okay, so I do not have photographic memory like you, Robert, but I do know this looks a little different than what we saw yesterday. And so our team is panning, and look how we go from blue to just dark gray skies. I love it.
Yes.
Robert, does that mean rain is on its way?
It does indeed. In fact, heavy rain is moving into the county as we speak. Now, this is a very different day than yesterday and before.
Okay.
A brief heavy rainfall that could flood streets is certainly
here in
possible.
El Paso?
Yeah,
Okay.
in El Paso, up in Las Cruces later tonight. Take a look at the current conditions at the International Airport. It is 96 degrees right now. Winds are calm. That dew point has really jumped up. 52 is the dew point right now. And thunder showers in the area. Of course, our monsoonal moisture has returned to the borderland. It's basically aligned with the Rio Grande. So the cloud cover early this morning was so pleasant, but it kept the temperature suppressed for a while today. Now we've heated up to the mid-90s, and here come the thunder showers. If we look closely, here's a perfect example example. Now, not everybody is going to get rain tonight, but you could get storms that will unlock quite a bit of heavy rainfall, as we are seeing right along the border just to the south and west of Fabens right now. Now, here's a quick look at tomorrow. This similar moisture pattern follows us into Friday, so expect another round of scattered thunder showers with the potential for brief heavy rainfall. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Monica.
We're going to look for strategies that we can pass laws on that will make preparation for these types of events better.
That was Governor Greg Abbott holding a press conference on the continued response to the severe flooding earlier this month that impacted communities across the state. Now, statewide, 135 lives were lost. 116 of those were in Kerrville area, and 1 life was lost in Tom Green County. Now, the governor is calling it the largest flood in the history of Texas. However, he reassured the public that there is a continued effort for recovery statewide. All right, let's go ahead and take you outside now. We want to talk a little bit about traffic because this is what we are seeing. I-10 Yarborough here in East El Paso. Not too bad at this hour. Remember, it's about 4:06 as of the time of this show, and we're looking at smooth traffic. The later it gets, the more congested it'll be, but East El Pasoans, you're looking pretty good. I-10 Trevino, a big 2 thumbs up. You know, speaking of the roads, there are several road closures happening this week that could affect your commute. According to TxDOT, as part of the I-10 Widening West project, right? We've been dealing with it for a while now. From now through Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., there will be alternate lane closures on North and South Desert between Anthony and Red Road. There will also be alternate lane closures at Red Road, both east and westbound lanes at the North and South Desert intersection. Crews will be working on electrical construction work. And finally, tonight, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., I-10 East will be closed at the Vinton exit. The entrance ramp will also be closed, and the I-10 East Los Mochis entrance ramp will also be closed. Crews will be removing the portable concrete traffic barrier. So just heads up on that. Now, as we are talking about roads, cars, gas prices, it looks like it has dropped by a few cents across the state. In fact, according to AAA, drivers are enjoying the lowest July prices in 4 years. According to AAA, the statewide average for a gallon of regular gas is at about $2.78. That's 3 cents less than last week. And right here in El Paso, of course, always, we're paying a little bit more at $2.80. That's about 13 cents less than this time last month. However, according to AAA, that could all change soon due to tropical activity that could drive those prices up. All right, well, we're getting a closer look at the newly finished Arroyo 1 project in West El Paso. We actually got a tour of the new stormwater utility system improvements. And according to El Paso Water, the utility that owns this facility, past rain events have actually overwhelmed previous infrastructure, leading to severe flooding and damage to surrounding roads. Arroyo 1 helps alleviate that problem, and the new and improved facility is located at Franklin Street and Bear Ridge Drive in West El Paso. Over to some national news now. More border news from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem at the Hill Nation Summit. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Blake Berman breaks it all down for us.
Investing border funds in tech. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill allots another $46 billion for the border wall. At this week's Hill Nation Summit, I asked the Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem how she plans to spend the money. She pointed to new investments in technology.
My goal every day is not just to go out and put more officers and more CBP guys on the border. We should be, using the latest technology to fight off cartels and threats that we have, but also put in a situation where we protect more of our officers. If we can put in surveillance equipment and cameras that make sure we don't need as many agents down there all the time, we can use our human resources better and keep them more safe. That should be our goal.
There were just north of 6,000 encounters at the southern border in June, a substantial decrease from years past. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Blake, thank you. Well, it's almost time to head back to school, and Idea Public School is making it easier for students to get all the supplies they need. We're going to tell you about 2 backpack giveaway events they're hosting this month. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to KTSM 9 News First at 4, putting local first. Welcome back, everyone. For today's In the Comments section, a 42-year-old woman was arrested after she failed to appear at a court hearing and then disregarded the court's child support orders. Yep, this is all according to the El Paso County Constable's Office for Precinct 3. Angela Marie Corral was arrested yesterday on an active warrant for criminal non-support with a $10,000 bond. So we actually shared this story on our social media accounts, and a lot of you guys had a lot of thoughts to share. Let's get into it. Joe Coronado wrote, there should be some type of app where people can report individuals for failure to pay child support. This is another system that is broken, and many individuals get away without paying for their responsibilities. Robin Pilkington, I hope I said that right, says, about time. This happens to guys all the time. Finally, Jessica Janeth Payne wrote, ever since I was a teen, it tripped me out when women had to pay child support. I guess it still does. Like, what do you mean you don't care for your kids? So we actually got a statement from Constable Hector Bernal, who said that these types of warrants are often overlooked by law enforcement agencies, but he is reminding the community that deputies will be vigilantly executing these types of warrants, looking for offenders regardless. of their gender. That was a very interesting one, guys, and a lot of you guys have a lot to say. Just head on over to our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages to read everyone else's thoughts, and we truly do value your opinion, and we want to hear from you. So make sure you are following us on all of our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. Well, a couple of extremely rare items were sold at an auction recently in New York City. Up next, we take a look at a real piece of Mars and a dinosaur fossil. Interesting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Adam.
So you'll take care of that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
Got it.
ma'am.
Got it, got it, got it.
You got it.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, Mr. Roberts, so you've been getting a lot of questions. Those clouds look very thick in our area.
Yes.
Are we going to get to see any rain today?
You can feel it.
You kind of can,
You
right?
can. You can.
Yes.
I could feel it last night. Walking out, I was nervous last night.
No way.
I kept the slightest chance of an isolated storm in last evening, knowing that we would be charged up and ready to go today.
Huh,
so,
interesting.
Drive in monsoon mode. Hint, hint,
Okay.
don't drive into flooded roadways, please.
I love that.
All right, let's take a look outside right now. There's our live camera. Man, that looks good. Come over to my house, please. That's off our station's roof camera in the west side of El Paso. That's aimed at Mount Cristo Rey over there. And thunder showers appear likely. 92 is the temperature in Las Cruces. It may take a while to get up to you, Las Cruces, but you also have a chance of thunder showers with brief heavy rainfall tonight. Your dew point 47 right now. Ours has increased into the 50s, so you can feel the humidity. The atmosphere is juicy and ready to go. 99 was the high today in Juarez, 97 for us so far, 93 Las Cruces, 93 Alamogordo. Hot enough to do the trick to get the air mass thunder showers cooking. And you can see widely scattered showers and thunder showers, that perfect alignment of the monsoonal moisture right over the Rio Grande. And we've already had numerous flood advisories, even some severe storms out over Hudspeth County earlier today. We'll draw your attention down to the Mission Valley down there, where you can see that one isolated cell that cropped up just to the south of Fabens. And this one, though it is over the border east side of Juarez, is exploding with heavy rainfall. This is going to be the order of business through the afternoon and evening tonight. We could get a thunder shower that crops up, and with little to no warning, boom, you've got heavy rain coming down and flooding streets. So exercise exceptional caution. We've got a flood advisory up in Ruidoso. They had another afternoon with even some swift water rescues, according to the National Weather Service up there, with the flood water that came down earlier today. Here's your 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. Widely scattered thunder showers. Late day, we'll get just enough sunshine to make it very humid feeling and muggy. 96 will be a temperature at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's your allergy forecast. 9s across the board. That's in the high range. No surprise there. And here are the lows tonight. 68 Alamogordo, 68 Deming, 75 Juarez, 72 for Van Horn. High temperatures tomorrow. 93 Alamogordo, 96 Deming, and 97 for Juarez. Tonight for you, Las Cruces, 70 degrees, your low temperature. A great chance of scattered thunder showers that will produce that brief, locally heavy rainfall. High temperature tomorrow, 95 degrees, very muggy in the afternoon, and once again we'll hit those late day showers and thunder showers. 75 low tonight at the international airports. The storms that do crop up have that tendency to really unlock quite a bit of rainfall, so be very careful. 97 the high temperature for tomorrow with widely scattered thunder showers. Now, only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. We can expect Saturday to be completely opposite from Thursday and Friday. A big ridge of high pressure is building up. Will be 100 degrees that day, and I think pretty much storm free. 102 on Sunday, the hottest day. We'll put in the slightest chance of a late evening thunderstorm, but it's a slight chance. Then that moisture realigns, and we get the threat of brief heavy rainfall both Tuesday and Wednesday. High temperatures in the mid-90s, and then the long-range data shows a real heating trend. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit. You stay with KTSM 9 News. More coming up.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. What was D6? Oh, okay. No, it's okay. Man, that's a good story. Hi. Okay, it's fine. I love it. That's interesting. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We have some community events for you. So this one's really cool. The Culinary Arts Department at EPCC, they're presenting Dueling Chefs, featuring Campus Dean Chef Daniel Guerra and Chef Rick Webb. It's taking place next Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Now, this event is in collaboration with the EPCC Foundation, and the money raised will benefit the foundation. Tickets are $125 and include a 3-course dinner at EPCC's 1309 restaurant. The dinner will also feature a social hour, kitchen tours, culinary tasting, and live music. You can purchase your tickets by calling the number you see right there on your screen. Well, with the new school year just around the corner, Idea Public School is hosting 3 back-to-back backpack giveaways. So the first one already took place. It was last Saturday, but it's okay because students and parents can still attend the event at Edgemere Academy this Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. or the one at Mesa Hills Academy on July 26th, also from noon to 2. The first 500 students at each event will receive a backpack filled with supplies. So make sure you're putting this down on your calendar. Okay, I want to talk about this really cool trending story. So a couple of extremely rare items were sold at an auction recently in New York City. A real piece, if you can believe it, of Mars, and the showstopper, a complete dinosaur skeleton. I know we're not in Jurassic Park, but the largest piece of Mars ever found on Earth was just sold for over $5 million at an auction in New York yesterday. The 54-pound rock was discovered in the Sahara Desert in 2023, and its price tag is the most valuable meteorite ever sold. And at the same auction, a rare young dinosaur skeleton brought in more than $30 million in a bidding frenzy. I cannot believe that. How incredible. Guys, well, thank you so much. That does it for us here on KTSM Plus, but don't go anywhere because we still have another half hour of news and weather coming up right after this break on KTSM 9 News, First to Four. Welcome back, everyone, to KTSM 9 News First at 4. I'm Monica Cortez. Now, as we mentioned at the top of this newscast, funeral services and a procession for fallen Doña County Sheriff's Office Deputy Antonio Aleman were held earlier today. It is a story that we've been following closely on KTSM.com. Aleman died in the line of duty July 8th following a crash on Interstate 10 in Las Cruces. A police-led procession from Funeraria del Ángel Hillcrest West Funeral Home took place this morning. It was then followed by a funeral mass at the St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church. Following the church service, Aleman was escorted by DASO and other local law enforcement to his final resting place at Memorial Pines Cemetery. Our hearts, of course, are with his friends and family. Well, in case you missed it, Aleman Air Force Base says it is closing off access to Aleman Lake. The Aleman Evaporation Pond and the land around it near the Air Force Base will be closing to the public on August 14th. The base says it is to protect people from forever chemicals called PFAS, which have been linked to health problems. Now, in June, UNM researchers found PFAS levels at the site are at the highest levels recorded anywhere on Earth. The area is a wastewater treatment facility and was not meant for recreational use. But for years, people have been allowed to visit and even camp around. The base will close the pond for at least the next 2 years. Well, in other news, you may have missed it. A parent-led education advocacy group in South Central El Paso is raising concerns about how packed schools could be. With the recent reopening of Salazar housing, parents with Familias Unidas, a parent-led education advocacy group, say up to 800 children could be moving into the area. And after the permanent closure of Salabala Elementary, the group is concerned that schools like Douglas, Guillen, and Bowie may not be equipped to meet that demand.
Now that Salazar is reopening, they need to reopen Bell to fit all the kids. We already have overcrowding at Douglas. You know, when you assess a school size, you need to assess not only per head, but per need.
Now, the group is calling for new state funding meant for at-risk and high-need students to be directly invested into local schools in the area. They're also asking for El Paso ISD to consider reopening Bell Elementary to help address possible overcrowding. Now, you may recall the district closed that school back in 2019 as part of the consolidation plan. EPISD sent KTSM a statement reading in part, quote, El Paso ISD remains committed to providing equitable access to high-quality education for every student. Every year, the district works diligently to ensure that all campuses are fully staffed with certified teachers, counselors, and support personnel, end quote. Well, on Monday, lawmakers will file back into Austin for the start of a 30-day special session. Among the 18 items on the agenda, the proposal to redraw Texas's U.S. congressional maps has drawn national attention, with Democrats accusing Republicans of choosing their own voters. State Capitol reporter Adam Schwager breaks it down for us.
Are you calling then for a complete redrawing of the congressional map ahead of next year? Just a very simple redrawing. We pick up 5 seats.
5 new congressional seats from Texas on the president's wish list this special session. To do so, Governor Greg Abbott added redistricting, or a redrawing of Texas's congressional maps, to the special session starting next week.
We know that the special session is really about doing Donald Trump's bidding with respect to redrawing the Texas congressional map. And it's absolutely inexcusable that the governor would be wasting the legislature's time.
In a statement, Governor Abbott's press secretary said, while partisan activists focus solely on political issues, Governor Abbott is dedicated to delivering results on issues important to Texans.
And they have surrendered Texas.
The Democratic representatives who currently hold congressional seats question his authenticity.
Then why did he put this redistricting on the call? He should be focused on flood relief. He should be focused on the failings and identifying the failings in our system.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, weeks before redistricting was added to the special session agenda, said
we can pick up Republican seats in Texas to make Congress stronger after what the Democrats did to our country in the last 4 years. I want more Republican Congress.
On any given day, 2/3 of the Texas House, or 100 members, have to be physically on the floor to conduct business. In 2003, 52 House Democrats refused to show up to work to delay a new congressional map, and now that option remains open.
Texas has, in our Constitution, a high threshold for a quorum. And the people who wrote the Constitution back in the 1800s did that for a reason. That's to protect the rights of the political minority.
In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
And in an op-ed posted on social media, House Democratic Representative Ron Reynolds said he's willing to stop a map redrawn by not showing up to the Capitol, calling Texas the wild, wild west of voter suppression. House rules were updated in 2023 to levy a financial penalty for members who don't report to work for the purpose of impeding the action of House. All right, let's go ahead and talk about weather now, because this is your view. So, okay, every single time we take the tower camera, it just looks darker and darker and darker. So this makes me very hopeful. Robert, does this mean rain is imminent?
Rain is imminent. Now, is everybody going to get rainfall?
Yes.
No,
No?
you know
Okay.
the random nature
Yes,
of these
El Paso.
thunder showers, but hopefully you get just the amount you're looking for, because tonight's the night, tomorrow's the night.
Beautiful.
Let's take a look outside right now. That's from the camera on our station, the dark clouds. Those dark clouds are more than just gloomy looking. They are also a threat of possible locally heavy rainfall that can dump rather quickly. Our precipitable water is very high. These thunder showers can unlock rain fast, flood streets and arroyos. So let's go into monsoon mode today and tomorrow. 97 has been our high so far today, 99 Juarez. So it's very muggy outside, that humidity level. And you can see on the radar composite all the scattered thunder showers. Now I'd like to draw everybody's attention to the border here, where we have just over the border an isolated cell growing. And then right near downtown, right along the International Bridge, we have, see how quickly that popped up? It went from nothing to about an inch per hour right there in the core, right downtown. So these are going to be popping up through the evening tonight, and they'll be popping up again tomorrow as well, with a high temperature of 97 for Friday. For the weekend ahead, say goodbye to the rain chances, especially on Saturday, as we move back to the triple digits. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. Well, now to Washington and deepening divide in the Republican Party. President Trump attacked some of his own supporters, calling them weak and telling them to move on from the investigation into sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Our senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez has the latest.
This morning, growing Republican backlash.
The Epstein files need to be released.
President Trump lashing out at some of his own supporters over their demands for more information about the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net.
The president on social media also arguing his, quote, past supporters have bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker, calling them weaklings, prompting rare defiance from some MAGA movement.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro.
The controversy even getting pop culture attention, prompting a joke from comedian Shane Gillis at the ESPY Awards.
Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but as it got deleted.
Influential podcaster Charlie Kirk, a Trump supporter, trying to reassure the MAGA ranks.
Don't get too fired up about the Truth Social and President Trump ranting and venting about this.
And pleading with Trump.
Mr. President, the emphasis on Epstein is truly the best intentions of your most loyal followers.
But in another interview yesterday, Trump again criticizing those speaking out.
It's a disgrace, and I remember every one of these guys that my supporters.
The split between the president and some in his base appears to be, at least partially, of his own making, after he and his allies suggested during the 2024 campaign that they were in favor of more Epstein disclosures.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would.
We need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
The president still says he's standing by his Attorney General, Pam Bondi.
She says, I gave you all the credible information, and if she finds any more credible information, she'll give that too. What more can she do than that?
And that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting. Well, coming up, a story of selflessness and courage coming to light. In today's In the Comments segment, we dig into KTSM's social media platforms and we share some of the comments on the Fort Bliss soldier who went to her hometown in Kerrville to help her community. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to KTSM 9 News First at 4, putting local first.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by BestReviews.com. I'm Ashley Howard. Be sure to take out your phone and scan that QR code on your screen so you can save on some amazing products. Say goodbye to crumbs, dust, and pet hair because the Musi M245 cordless vacuum is here to revolutionize your cleaning routine. It features a high-capacity battery giving you up to 60 minutes of cleaning on a single charge. That's double the runtime of standard vacuums. And no need for pricey HEPA filters. Its multi-cone filtration system delivers high-efficiency performance while preventing clogs. You'll love the 1.5-liter dustbin with one button release, real LEDs display, and yes, it's self-standing. Next up, are you looking to support heart, brain, and immune health in one simple step? Meet California Gold Nutrition Omega-3 Premium Fish Oil from iHerb. Each soft gel packs 180 milligrams of EPA and 120 milligrams of DHA. Whether you're aiming for a healthier heart, sharper brain function, or immune health, this supplement is a smart, easy addition to your daily routine. Ready to reveal radiant, smoother-looking skin without the harsh scrub? Say hello to Aleman's Dynamic Resurfacing Facial Pads. These gentle textured exfoliating pads are your go-to for daily skin renewal, delivering spa-quality results right at home. Formulated by skincare experts, each pad lifts away dead skin cells, refines texture, and promotes a better, brighter, more even complexion without stripping or irritating your skin. Just swipe and glow. It's that simple. Glowing skin has never been this easy. And finally, stay connected, stay healthy, and look sleek doing it. Meet the Apple Watch Series 10. It's more than just a watch. It's your personal fitness coach, health monitor, and smart assistant all in one. Track workouts, monitor your heart rate, and even take an ECG right from your wrist. And yes, it's water resistant, so it goes wherever you go, rain, swim, or shine. This is Apple innovation at its best. Series 10 power sleek design and cutting edge health tech all in one stylish package. Let's get a look at all 4 products one last time. From keeping a clean home and health to beauty and tech essentials, these 4 do it all. Head to epicdiscounts.com or scan the QR code on your screen and get ready to scan, shop, and save with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
Elvia.
okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. What? I know.
Yeah, look at that.
So, hey, can I start? Let's start with that. Yeah, right off the bat. I'll talk over it and then I'll toss to Robert. So, okay.
Is it okay if we step back a little bit
Can we?
here? Is that good? Okay. Okay.
Director, is that cool? Okay.
Okay. Well then.
Okay.
No worries.
Cool. Hey, what if you?
No, it's all right. It's fine. We're gonna take it full, so.
Okay.
It's good.
Maybe we can do it like that. Yeah, there you go. And then I'll be like, hey, Robert, check this out. Over here, and then.
We're gonna blame it on the rain. It was falling.
All right.
Okay. We have to start.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
All right, Robert. So the first thing you told me was like, look at your screen, and here I am. So downtown El Paso, guys, we're starting to see a downpour. We're starting to see traffic piling up. So yeah, if this is your commute in downtown El Paso, heads up, slick driving conditions.
And if you'll look at the side roads as well, it's
right
often
here. Oh my
it's
gosh,
often
look
the
at
frontage
that.
roads.
Can we bring it up full? All right, guys, focus. Look at that.
They seem to flood the most quickly. And remember, that was a nothing little shower just a few minutes ago.
And we're already seeing flooding there.
Right, exactly. And it exploded into a heavy downpour, which quickly flooded streets. And that's why we want everyone to be very, very cautious tonight, because the thunder showers won't be normal. They won't be normal tonight. They won't be normal tomorrow. So brief heavy rainfall that could flood streets will be the order for both days. Right now at the, we've got other cameras to share with you right now. Of course, that just came across I-10 at Piedras, and thankfully people seem to be driving carefully. Remember, in the first few moments of rain on a freeway, the oil lifts up and it becomes extremely slick. So we want all that to clear. It's important to just use caution, drive carefully, put some space between you and the driver in front of you to make sure that you have enough room to stop. It's better to just get home safely without you're getting into any kind of an accident or causing any kind of problem. And also remember, on those access roads, especially the frontage roads, they can flood the most quickly. It seems as though the freeway is a little better, but everybody needs to slow down. It's going to be a long night tonight. We're going to have periodic thunder showers coming in through the night. 93 is the temperature at the airport right now, with the thunderstorm that has moved now over the airport. Notice the dew point at 55, 92 in Las Cruces right now, dew point 47, but Las Cruces, even though it's quiet now, that could easily change within the next few hours. We had clouds this morning that kept the temperature suppressed for a little while. It was a beautiful morning, but then once that sun came out, it got everything cooking, got us up to about 97 degrees, and here come those thunder showers. Now, we've got some down here in the far southeastern part of the county, but of course, the main problem is that storm that erupted right over downtown, and now it's moving back up along 54, sort of toward the Laredo area right now. And if you're anywhere around the spaghetti bowl, you want to exercise caution, because that's going to be the worst. It's going to continue to move toward the north, and it appears to be expanding, so it'll include a good chunk of the northeast as well as Fort Bliss. Once again, just exercise caution. Up in Ruidoso today, their flood warning has expired, but they had even some water rescues, according to the National Weather Service up there today, with some heavy rainfall. And the threat of heavy rain will stay with us through the night tonight, and it will be with us again tomorrow afternoon before the weekend comes in, and then everything starts to change. We're going to see us dry out on Saturday and Sunday. By the way, in addition to the thunder showers, of course, occasional gusts will be likely through the night tonight. Here's your 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. High temperature about 97 degrees. Again, we'll get just enough midday sun to get everything cooking. Here come the widely scattered showers and thunder showers, and the threat of brief heavy rainfall. Your allergy forecast, 9s across the board for the next 3 days. Tonight for you, Las Cruces, 70. You too have the threat of brief heavy rain. It will probably come in later tonight, but you're certainly unstable, got plenty of moisture to give you those storms. Same story for tomorrow with a high temperature of 95 degrees. Tonight for us, 75 at the airport this evening. Widely scattered thunder showers all parts of town. Now that's not a guarantee that you will get rain, nor that the rain would be heavy, but we need to be prepared in case it is. 97 our high temperature for tomorrow with widely scattered thunder showers. Coming up, I'll have your exclusive 9-day forecast. We'll talk about that triple-digit heat in just a bit. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much for that detailed forecast. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the recovery efforts continuing today across Central Texas. Communities are still trying to come together with stories of selflessness and courage coming to light. First Lieutenant Emily Ake is a U.S. Army reservist currently mobilized right here in Fort Bliss. Well, she took days to return to her hometown of Kerrville to not vacation there, but to actually help in the wake of devastation. Ake also serves as a police officer with the Kerrville Police Department when not on duty, and moved by the harrowing images of her hometown, friends and family experiencing the devastating floods, she decided to ask permission from her chain of command to go aid in any way she could. She says she drove overnight. When she arrived, she was attached to a volunteer search and rescue task force coming all the way from North Carolina, assisting in searching for people buried under debris. Her team was able to help provide closure to 5 families. So we shared this incredible story on our social media accounts, and well, many of you had lots of thoughts to share with us. Kelly Alston said, "Thank you for all you do. You do make a difference. Stay safe." And Maria Isabel Franco Ramirez wrote, "Thank you for your service and now for your help in Texas floods. Americans helping out like great Americans. God bless her and all workers and volunteers." And Sheila Pratt wrote, "God bless her and prayers to everyone in that tragedy." I love the comments of support. I just love all the love that's coming in through our social media. And guys, if you want to participate, just head on over to our social media platforms and chime in. We might just feature you on our show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Mic check, I can hear you. Mic check, mic check, mic check. I can hear you. Mic check, mic check, mic check. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Having it here in El Paso is a rarity, and the goal they tell me.
Here's the last look at the forecast. Of course, we have heavy rainfall coming down right in the heart of town, right over the Spaghetti Bowl, and that will be the case tonight. These thunder showers can unlock quite a bit of rainfall quickly. We'll extend that threat of brief heavy rain into Friday as well with a high temperature of 97. Then we dry out for Saturday, 100, 102 on Sunday with a slight storm chance. Then those thunder showers realign again Tuesday and Wednesday. Both days present the threat of brief heavy rainfall before we heat back up again. Monica.
Robert, thank you so much. And a quick preview for what's coming up at 5. So El Paso's Public Health Department is losing millions of dollars in federal and state grants. And now it looks like it's working to scale back several programs while keeping others afloat. KTSM 9 News reporter Doña Castillo will break it all down. Plus, a huge opportunity is now here for various tradesmen in the El Paso, New Mexico area. KTSM 9 News reporter Jesus Baltazar, he is at that event where he's going to tell us why this event is a big deal for the local trades workforce. Well, that does it for me. That's all coming up in just a couple of minutes. But that's it for me. I'm Monica Cortez. See you tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Hair and wardrobe provided by
It was fall.
1 minute away.
1 minute, you got me?
Almost.
Oh, okay. Hello, I can hear you. Yay.
KTSM 9 News Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Estela Casas. Thanks for choosing 9 News Now. El Paso's Public Health Department is losing millions in federal and state grants. And now it's working to scale back several programs while keeping others afloat. This all comes after the Trump administration slashed funding for federal health agencies across the country. Our KTSM 9 News reporter Doña Castillo joins us live from the newsroom with the breakdown in a story new at 5. Diana.
Well, so the department lost $3.5 million in funding, with most of that tied to COVID-era grants that have now expired. And while some programs are being cut entirely, others are being restructured to keep services going with less. Now, those pandemic-era grants were initially meant to help cities respond to the COVID-19 emergency. But local health agencies were also allowed to use that money for other needs, like tracking infectious diseases and preparing for future emergencies. Now, the city says that it's already lost money for COVID testing, lab work, and vaccine support. Other programs, including tuberculosis services, health education, and emergency preparedness, will continue, but not without changes.
So those programs that were reduced by a specific percentage, that included our public health emergency preparedness, our laboratory, and tuberculosis, those have been affected in the way that we have to rework our budget and eliminate several positions.